Hello everybody. Let me make sure my volume's up because I'm going solo tonight. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. And let me get my computer turned off. The sound anyway. Can everybody hear me? Just want to make sure. I just want to make sure everybody can hear. Okay, everybody here okay? Just want to make sure everybody can hear. Okay, I can hear myself, so let me turn myself off on the computer. There we go. All right, we are going to make some gnomes. Whoops, and there went my earbud. How about I set it right over here and make sure you guys can still hear me. I hope that wasn't too loud. It fell out of my ear. Thank you guys for sprinkling. Hey, Gracie and Donna, Barbara. Hey, Sonia. Okay. I had to make a mad dash and bring Jeff home, so I was just grabbing stuff at my shop right and left, and I got here and realized I didn't have a gnome's nose, so we're going to have to make that, and a couple other things I didn't have. So if you don't have the supplies, this is an easy way to show you how to make a couple of things if you don't have them. So anyway, I bought some of these. They look like they're wood, but they're really plastic embroidery hoops from Amazon. I bought a package of, I think, 12. And we're going to turn this into a gnome. Thank you for sprinkling, Lynn. Hey, Ruby. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Kay. Okay. I've got it taken apart. And what we're going to do is I have some of this fabric here. I bought this at, I think, Walmart. It was like in a bin of their scraps. And it almost has like a furry, stretchy, really soft feeling. So we're going to put that in our embroidery hoop for the body. And we'll put that on and we'll make it tight. Hey, Samantha, if you're new to my page, I'd love it if you can go and follow and sprinkle. This is going to be a light week for us on our page this week because we're having our Thanksgiving with our daughters and son-in-laws on Wednesday because we're having to accommodate other in-laws. And this is their year to have their Thanksgiving with them. And then one of our daughters, we could have done it on Friday, but one of the twins is having to fly to New Hampshire to help her best friend move back to Oklahoma. So we're excited about that. So I'm going to just cut the excess off right here. Thank you for sprinkling, Stephanie. And I'm just cutting all of the excess off right there. And this is just going to be our body. We really won't see a whole lot of this. But I thought I would just go ahead and use this anyway. You could use burlap. And after I get done making this one, I'll show you one that I used a piece of burlap on the back of it. Okay, make sure I've got this good and tight. I have a trigger finger, so it makes it a little hard. You didn't realize how much you use every one of your fingers. Anyway, this is going to be the beginnings of our gnome. Okay, so I didn't bring any wooden balls home. I completely forgot, walked out of the shop and didn't grab some because when we opened up our shop, I took a lot of my craft stuff that I do my videos with up to the shop. And right now my craft room upstairs looks like a tornado hit it, so I am downstairs and I threw up a blanket behind me just so you wouldn't see my green wall. Hey, Elsie. Okay, now what I've done is I've taken just a little bit of fiberfill, and I just had a sock from Dollar Tree that I cut out a circle. And this is the way I used to make my gnomes. I would actually use a rubber band, but the rubber bands are at the shop. Hey, Vicky from Texas. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in, and I'm going to leave the inside of the sock on the outside because I like that texture for the nose. And I'm just going to pull all 4 sides up. And I'm going to take a piece of string right here, a piece of twine, and even though you used a rubber band to hold these, you need to put some twine around them, because how many times have you tried to put a rubber band in your ponytail and it's broke? And that's exactly what they'll do over time with your gnomes. And right there, I'm just going to tie it pretty tight. And then I'm going to cut off my strings. And then I'm going to cut down this excess right here. Just like that. So we've got a pretty fat nose. Maybe a little bit too big, but he'll be cute anyway. Not everybody has the same size of nose, right? Okay. Cricket. Oh, cool gadget. Where did you get that? Which gadget are you talking about? The embroidery hoop. I bought these off of Amazon. It has a wood-like texture, but it's actually plastic. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put a hanger on it. And the nice thing about using this embroidery hoop, you want to kind of make it a little bit long, because you're going to have this come up through his hat. I'm going to tie a knot. Oh yeah, Stephanie, bigger the better. I'm going to make a knot in it. And then I'm just going to wrap around this right here and pull this through and bring it up. And that will secure my hanger right there. And we're not going to see that. Okay. Let's go ahead and make a hat. And what did I do with that fabric? I just had it. Let me stand up just a second, see if it's in my bag here. Right here it is. Okay, we're going to take kind of a rectangle shape. And I always lay my gnome down. And I always come to the back to see how much I'm going to need. And this has a little bit of stretch to it, so we can probably cut it right about there, because it's going to overlap just a little bit. And wouldn't you know it, I would leave my good scissors. Okay, we're going to cut a rectangle. And it is probably about 6 inches tall. And it's cut across. And this is the salvage edge, and it's kind of yucky. So I'm going to use that as the top. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start making a fringe at the top, just by cutting down about 1 inch. And this will kind of make a tassel at the top of our hat. If I had my good scissors, this would go a lot faster, because I had to find the sweet spot in here to cut. Okay, I just made a little bitty fringe. And this edge has kind of a roll in, so it's a very forgiving fabric. So I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to take some glue and just make a line here. Now, if your fabric doesn't have a lot of stretch in it, you'll have to make sure you make it big enough. This one, I cut it a little bit shy because I knew I had a lot of stretch. And there I'm gonna put my hat. This is gonna be our hat. Doesn't really look like a gnome hat just yet, but it will. Okay, we got that. Now we're gonna take our little gnome. And I've got the seam at the back, and we're gonna bring our hanger up to the middle of it. And let's bring our little hat down. Make sure it fits and it looks good. I just wanted to make sure it fit. I'm gonna pull this up. And what we're gonna do is, I had one of those mops and I just started cutting pieces of it out. That's kind of a long piece. So we're gonna cut pieces like that. We're gonna fold them. And we're gonna put them on one by one. And I'm gonna kind of set his nose right here so I can kind of see where to put him. And let's just start putting some beard down. I'm gonna start over here at the very end because it's shorter. And I like to start both ends and then work my way in. Okay. And sometimes I do double layers too. I'm gonna do a double layer on this. One thing I noticed is if you cut in between these little ties, you can kind of get a little fuzzy edge there. But these make a very, very cute beard. And I just cut pieces and strings, and that's a little long. You could leave these looped at the bottom if you wanted to. Just wanting to hang on to my fingernails there. Okay, I can't see the comments there. There's a message popped up. Let me see here. Just wanting to hang on to my fingernails there. Whoop. My sound came up. Hold on. There we go. I almost bought one of those mop heads from Dollar Tree. You need to get one because these gray ones are hard to find. I'm going to put some shorter ones in here, and then I'm going to layer some longer ones over it just to fill it in really good. My friend Rosalind found these for me at Van Buren, and then I found one at Dollar Tree in Fort Smith. My local Dollar Trees are, well, all my Dollar Trees are at least 30 minutes away. We're getting one a little bit closer, but it's still in Arkansas. And then I saw today that a Harbor Freight is coming into the town next over to us, so that's going to be good. Where's everybody from tonight? I know, Norma, they're really hard to find, these gray ones. I see blue ones all the time, but a blue beard, well, I guess you could do a blue beard. But I think the gray ones look really cute. And these would look really good for a gnome's hair, especially a girl. You could braid them. I'm going to kind of lift this up and kind of go underneath here. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm kind of lifting it up now and kind of going under the bottom. And we'll get some longer pieces in there. My glue's really stringy tonight. My brother, bless his heart, he's outside changing my tire. I've had a flat for a week and Jeff hasn't felt like fixing it. So my brother's coming over to fix it for me. I have one brother and one sister. And Philip is 6 years younger than I am. And my sister is 17 months younger. I can still remember the day he was born. My mom has a picture of my birthday that year, and it was a Cinderella birthday cake. And to this day, I can still remember what I wished for. I wished for a baby brother. And that's what I got. Back then, you know, you didn't know what you were going to have. So we were surprised with the brother. But he has always been there to help me to do what I need to do and help out. Okay, now I've just kind of like filled around the bottom right here. That way when we bring all of this down, it's nice and bushy. And I'm going to cut a couple pieces here that are a little bit long. We've got some long and some short in there. Right there. Let's see, we cut some pieces. Cut that. I think you could get a seam ripper and go through and cut all of these little pieces and make this really bush out. Boy, now those are some cruddy scissors. There we go. Anyway, there is our gnome's beard. Could probably put another piece right over here. Needs one more. Just right there. And you'll see where you've got like some holes and different things, and you can just keep adding to it. There. You go right there. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's put on his hat. Let's go back up here again. Let's see, I go on until 8. So we still have 30 minutes. We can make quite a few gnomes. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of fiber fill, just a teeny little bit right here. And I'm going to push some fiber fill right up under his head, just to kind of give a little bit of dimension there. And let's see, we lost our hanger here. There we go. We're going to take a little bit of twine before we tie and glue everything down. And we're going to come up here and we're going to tie a little bow at the top. If you're hearing a noise, it's our compressor on the front porch. He's fixing my tire. So sorry if that is a little bit loud. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to come right here on the back. Put just a little bit of glue right here. I'm just going to pull it down right there to hold the back down. Then we're going to go over here to the side and just a little bit right there. And over to this side. Just a little bit to hold that hat on. And I'm going to kind of put my finger in here and kind of smooth out this fiber fill. Just a little bit. Now we have his nose here, and we're going to take a brush and some cheap makeup. And we're just going to kind of give him a pink little nose. Or peachy kind of nose. Just a little bit. A little bit of color. Let me get this bigger brush. It'd be a little bit better. Got just a little bit of color on that nose. We're going to take some glue. And I need a glue stick. All right, let's take some more glue here. There we go. To use my teeth. We're going to lift up the front of this and we're going to stick it right down in there. And then I'm going to take his little hat and I'm going to kind of fold the front down and attach it. And there we have a cute little gnome. You can decorate his hat up. Let's pull his hat down just a little bit more. There we go. A little bit more. I've got some greenery right here we can put on. Take a couple leaves off of this. And I'm going to just kind of cut this leaf down just a little bit. We don't need it so big. There's 1 and 2. This is a good way to make your leaves fit what you've got. And let's just stick 2 of them right up here. And I have some red looking tinsel. Let's cut it down just a little bit more. Put just a little bit of red there, right in the center. And there we go. I don't really like how I positioned those leaves, but that's okay. Kind of looks like a butterfly sitting there instead of 2 leaves, but hey. Here's the one I made earlier when I was doing my test run. So there's 2 of them right there. And now I'm going to show you how you can make one out of a wood round. These are my favorites because these can make into ornaments. This is just a wood round that I got from, I actually bought these from Amazon. Even though we have a glow forge, I left them at home. And I had some of these left from last year, so I went upstairs and grabbed some. And normally I use a wooden ball. But like I said, I forgot them. But that's okay. We're going to make a real tiny little nose. And I've got one made right here. Same way, I just put a little bit of fiberfill in. I painted the backs of them white because you don't really see the front of them. On this one, we're going to use a little bit of fur. And I have this piece of fur right here. And this is already cut in a point. And I'm going to go ahead and cut across here just underneath the fur. That way I don't cut my hair. If you get that backing, it's so much easier to keep the shape of the fur. So I'm getting right under that. You can also, if you get a good piece of it, you can tear it. But that's not going to let me tear it. Okay, I'm right underneath it. This is when you need to have your good scissors. Okay, there we go. We got just a triangular shape. Somewhat triangular shape. Let me cut that a little bit even. There we go. Oh, that's not going to be wide enough. Let's just go ahead and cut one. Make sure my hair's going the right direction. You want to make sure you cut with your hair going down. You know I'd forget the X-Acto knife too. Okay. Get back underneath that edge. It's kind of quiet with Jeff not here. Okay. There we go. I like to get mine wide enough where I can wrap it around and then just glue it here on the back. And then we have a scarf here somewhere that I just bought. Let's use this one. I bought this at Dollar Tree. They have some really cute scarves this year. Really cute. Let's take this one right here and we're going to make the same kind of a hat. So let's lay this down. Let's see how much we need. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and cut up to that black line and then cut right through the black line so we can get 2 out of this if we need to. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna cut off this fringe. Okay, that's gonna fit. Okay, so we want the back of us up. So you put your hat on about halfway up. So you're about like that. So let's go ahead and put the beard on. Did you get it fixed?
It's got to be a slow leak. I can't hear it nowhere.
Really?
It's holding there.
Look down there in my purse, and my key should be in my purse.
I'm gonna turn the wheel and back it up. I'm kind of looking to see if I see.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and glue on the nose. Let's find that nose. It's right here. Thank you, Philip. I was telling everybody you're a good brother.
Yeah. I'll let anybody know when you're
Okay. And I'm gonna put that little nose on right about there. And let's get us a little bit of pinks, and we're gonna color up that nose just a little bit. Now let's take our little piece of fur, and I'm going to clip just a little V right there in the center, just so we can kind of get it up and around that nose. I'm going to put just a little bit here under the nose. Got a lot of fur on my gun here. And we're going to put this right up and under it and kind of come up and around it. Like that right there. Now I have just a little bit that I can wrap it around on both sides. And right there we got the beginnings of our gnome ornament. Let's take a piece of twine. You can use twine or you can use ribbon. You can use anything that you want to use. And we're going to tie a little knot in it. And then I'm going to put a pretty good glob of glue right here on the back. And then we'll just kind of put this knot and just kind of twirl it so I get a lot of glue on it and let it hold right there. Just like that. When that hardens, that'll be good and hard and you won't be able to pull that off. Okay, so let's take our little bitty hat and let's go ahead and let's cut some fringes in the top of it. And you don't have to. You can roll this into a half circle and make a little pointed hat. Those are easy and cute to make. I just like the little fringy hats at the top. Kind of a mock pom-pom. And I'm just cutting down about a good inch. And then I'm going to cut right here in this fold and make that one a little skinnier. Just like that. There's really not a wrong or a right side on this hat. He's going to be cute. Cute, cute, cute. Let me get my stuff. I'm going to put just a little line of glue right down that seam. I'm going to bring this one over. Bring that up. Then I'm going to take some glue right here at the back of it, just to hold that down. And let's see, I think I'm going to take one of these strings right here, see if I can get a string out because it matches. And let's tie around this hat. I'm not going to put any fiberfill in this one. I love making gnomes. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Let's see if I can get a teeny tiny. I don't think I'm gonna put any embellishments on this one. A teeny, teeny, tiny bow. Nope, there we go. Okay. Let's pull his hat down in the front. And we're gonna put it up and over that nose. And I'm gonna put just a dab at the very top of the nose, just to kind of hold that onto it. So there is a quick little easy ornament gnome. How cute is that? They are really easy to make. Really easy to make. Okay, now we're gonna do two more. So that's two different kinds of gnomes I've showed you. And this is gonna be one that, a big gnome. I've taken a Dollar Tree sock. Now I doubled this sock only because I put a hole in it because these are really cheap socks. And when I was trying to put a nose on it, I put a hole right through the seam. So I went ahead and double socked him up. And I'm gonna kind of mash him down. And I had so much in here that I couldn't pinch up a nose. So we're gonna put a big nose on him. And he's gonna have a cute hat. So like I said, I always take these and tie off the top. There's cat litter in this one. Lots of times I use rice, but I started using cat litter because it's cheaper. Let's cut that off, and we're gonna cut that off right there. He's gonna go ahead and have his same white bottom, but I found this cute Dollar Tree hat, and these are actually pretty good hats. I mean, it's lined and everything, and for $1, you can't beat them. So, we're gonna take his little hat. I'm gonna keep this at the top. And then I'm gonna fold up this right here. And I think I probably put 5 or 6 cups of kitty litter in this. I was just using those white Solo cups, and there's about 6 of them. That's why he's so fat. And I made a huge nose for him. So we're just gonna put a little bit of color on him. I could put a colored sock underneath him, but I barely got this second sock on him. You can see just a little bit right there. See if I can do this backwards. You see him right there? And the only place I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue the front. I'm gonna glue his nose on him. Right there. And I'm gonna stick it about right there. Kind of down a little bit. There, can you see him right there? These little hats just make a cute little gnome. So we're gonna take and put his little bit of glue right here on that seam. And just touch the top of his nose. And let me find another glue stick here. And I'm going to take just a little bit right here. And a little bit right there. Whoops. Got some yucky on my glue gun. A little bit right there. Let me get all my trash off of it. And there is just a cute, another little cute gnome. He's a kind of a little setter here. Goes all the way back to the back here. I could put a little bit of glue right here to hold it. But he's a little squatty gnome. Right there. And I'm going to show you another one. I just like making these gnomes. These I'm making for the shop and for sale here in a few weeks. See, this is a little smaller one. I probably could get a nose on him, but I've already made one up for him right here. And we have 8 minutes. We can get him done in 8 minutes. Because we had from 7:15 to 8. So let's go ahead and color up his little nose. Now after me is going to be, let me get the name of this. I have never seen her before, but I started watching her videos today and she's awesome. But she's called Create and Decorate with T. And she's one you need to go watch and follow. Okay, got that one right there? Let's find a place and let's glue his little nose on. Let's see. Right about there. And on him, we're going to glue on, and we may not get this done, but that's all right. If we do, good. If we don't, we don't. We're going to start gluing on some of these from a regular mop. And if we get them on, we're good. Now that's hot. And if not, I'll show you a picture of him later. But we've got 8 minutes, and let's see if we can get through this one. And I'm just putting these right in half right here. I made a sock. I just cut out a circle out of a sock right here. Put a little bit of polyfill in it and wrapped a piece of twine around it. And made a cute little nose. This is how I first started making gnomes with fabric noses. I'll just put a few on here to kind of give you an idea. And then I'll put a hat on him so you can see what he looks like. But make sure you guys go over, watch, Create, and Decorate with T. And I want to thank Kelly for inviting me to do this week. There's going to be 3 days of crafting. And I know each and every one of these are going to have an awesome craft, whether it be a Thanksgiving craft or a Christmas craft or just a everyday normal craft. I'll probably go back and put some more of these under it, but I'm just putting a dot of glue right in the center and just layering it on. And we'll do this all the way up until 5 minutes till, and then we'll put a hat on him or her. And usually I just kind of fold it up and just put another layer just to make it full. And I saw somebody sent me a message, and I'll go answer that here in just a second when we're off. Oh, thank you, Penny. I'm going to have to go out and help my brother. Probably need to hold the light for him. And I don't think Jeff will be on in the morning for his encouraging word of the day. I've told him he needs to stay home tomorrow and rest and take it easy, and I'll take care of the shop. Okay, we got 5 minutes. Let's see what we got here. He's going to be a cute little gnome too. But you can just kind of find you a little hole there and add in some more. Who would have thought you could use a mop string for a gnome's beard and be cute? We'll come up over here on this side of his nose. Put a little bit more higher here on his nose, just a little bit. Kind of come up above him. But I get a cute little gray and green hat for him. He can just sit on a shelf and let his beard hang down. We could take a couple more right through here. I'm going to take one right here, and I'm just going to cut a piece of it, kind of unravel it just a little bit. And we're going to give him a mustache. Can you see that? I may have to put two there to give him a mustache. A little bitty mustache. Let's take two pieces. When that gets good and dry and firm right there, I'll unravel that. Just give him a little bitty mustache. Okay, we are down to 3 minutes, so let's get his little hat on him. This was another Dollar Tree hat, and isn't that just cute? Just a little knit stocking. And I'm going to let this come all the way underneath him, because I want his hat to kind of stay on, this little ball to stay on top. And we're going to give him a big double rolled hat. If you can see that right there. Isn't he cute? I don't know if I like that mustache or not. We may take that off. But on him, I'm going to go ahead and put just a little dot up here at the top of his nose. And that's all I'm going to do to him, because I have him wrapped all the way behind. If you can see that right there. And that is all we got there to it. I mean, just so cute. I mean, just a little bit of cat litter or rice and a dollar hat and a dollar gnome mop. And I didn't even use the whole mop. I still have enough to do another one. And that's full enough right there. It'd be cute just sitting on something. That's just so cute, as Donna would say. He is booty wrapped. Yeah, okay, he is booty wrapped. Anyway, I think that is just cute. I mean, let's see if we can see all of them right here real quick. We have our two big ones. We have our little gnome right here. We have one we made here tonight, and one that I made just prior to. So we did what? 5 little gnomes. Pretty quick. If you like stuff like this, come and join our page. Normally every day I go on every day. This week, because we're having Thanksgiving with our daughters on Wednesday, we will not be on. And Thursday, everybody has Thanksgiving, and I may pop on when I'm making something. You never know what I might do. And then we'll be back on again Friday. And don't forget that Saturday at, I believe my time is 2 p.m. Central, we will be having a live sale, and these things will be in my live sale. But anyway, you guys go and watch Create and Decorate with T. She'll be on here in about 30 seconds. And you guys have a great evening. And thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.